show floor is open. Crowds are streaming into the Las Vegas Convention Center, eager to check out all of the exhibits, to kick the tires on the latest technology. I love this moment at NAB. When you start to see the crowds, you can feel such a palpable energy. I'm your host, Daisy Whitney, and this is NAB Show Live. We are set up today in the South Upper Hall. I am at the beautiful Avid booth, and I will be joined shortly by Avid CEO Gary Greenfield to talk about all of the latest news at Avid. Today is Monday, April 16th. We have a terrific lineup for you. Our intrepid crews and correspondents have been out combing the show floors, checking out sessions, and they have some terrific reports for you. One of the things that we're going to do in each NAB Show Live is bring you the daily highlights. And today, the sessions and panels started with the show opening, the lovely, beautiful, and talented TV star, Teri Hatcher.
And I'm so impressed with all the technology on display, especially the many innovative ways broadcast content is being delivered to consumers. I personally think it's great that you are able to watch my show, Desperate Housewives, on mobile devices that you can take with you wherever you go. I can be in your pocket. Doesn't cost extra. Oh wait, maybe it does.
The circumstances under which we gather data have a great deal to do with how reliable those data are. Each of us every day is making what we think are good, rational decisions based on some kind of data. Decisions either, it may be in your business, it may be in government, maybe just within your family. But the point is that are the data that we're acting on truly reflective of what's really happening in the world?
The business is under a lot of pressure right now. And if you're an indie filmmaker that's created their little baby and has taken it to a festival, you're going to be sorely disappointed if you think that you've got a real honest shot of having this typical platform release that gets up to 750 or 1,000 screens, and you're not going to do a deal unless that gets presented to you. But if you have your head screwed on straight and you come to somebody like Cinedigm or another company and you're comfortable with getting a national release on a targeted footprint for your movie of, say, maybe only 50 or 100 screens, those are the kind of filmmakers that we want to talk to right now.
So when we start discussing the future of 4K and 8K television, it's clear in the television world right now with HD TV, if you have a 40-inch screen and you're sitting 10 feet back in your living room, you're hard-pressed actually to see the difference between a 720p and a 1080p presentation. But as the screen sizes go larger, and you get up to 65 inches or 80 inches or projected images in motion picture theaters, more pixels really help.
At the end of the day, movies are about the close-ups. People don't go back to see Avatar because of the 3D. People don't go back to see Titanic because of the 3D. They go back because of the narrative storytelling you take them on. And one of the things that Stereo D was very successful at for Jim and for us was to keep the facial proportions straight, because that's one of the more challenging things. When you do a close-up, people think, oh, that's the easy. That's not. That's the hardest.
Those are some great thoughts from executives and stars on what's next in content and distribution, always important areas to track that we will, of course, continue tracking. And now we have our resident 13 Keys tech consultant, Ko Maruyama. He spent some time with AJA today. This is a company that is really setting the standard in making video production affordable for professionals. Plus, 4K is the talk of the show. You're going to learn all about it right now.
Ko Maruyama here for NAB Live. We're here at the South Hall in Las Vegas, Nevada to see what the giants of post-production have in store for us this week. We're at the AJA booth talking about some of the great new announcements this week for how to deal with the higher resolutions that we need to use as video producers. What do we got here, Nick?
this NAB is all about 4K. It's sort of where the whole industry is moving, and higher resolutions and deeper color spaces. And AJ just likes to create things to solve problems for people. So we've introduced here at the show the KeyPro Quad, the newest member of the KeyPro family that can support anything from HD 422 and 444 to 2K and 4K.
All of this is in this little form factor for the Quad.
Yeah, this is it. It's just this little box. It's actually in a lot of ways the same form factor as the KeyPro Mini, which has been really popular for us and even shares the same accessories, but this is truly a 4K box. So what's new on it is it has a confidence monitor, same button layout, so people are very familiar with it. So basically the workflow is take for example the Canon C500 camera. You would take the HDSDI multiple spigots out of the Canon camera and suck in the 4K uncompressed RAW right into here, and then you can move that in real time over Thunderbolt to a Mac and just immediately start ingesting. You can even control the unit from far away with Ethernet. Just sit there and have your DIT say, let's capture that, capture that, capture that. We have another workflow where we have hardware debayer in here. You take that signal in, and we record it as 4K ProRes to these little removable SSDs, these custom SSDs. And so you immediately have a lens to edit workflow like we established with KeyPro for HD, but now for 4K.
So if you're familiar with the standard KeyPro model, you could go with just the cards, or you can go out driving monitors and going out through Thunderbolt right to your laptop, start ingesting on the fly right out of the camera.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what your needs are, you can use it as just a monitoring device and drive 3 monitors on set. That alone is an amazing thing for a 4K workflow, and let alone, like you were saying, bringing in uncompressed raw 4K across Thunderbolt and then having this immediate editing capability with ProRes files. So it's pretty flexible, and in a form factor I think our users are going to recognize with the same button layout and things they're used to from the KeyPro line already.
And you also have this T-Tap. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, T-Tap's a little box we introduced here at the show, and this is it. It's just the tiny little beast that fits in the palm of your hand. It's Thunderbolt on one side, it's SDI and HDMI out on the other, and it's just designed to be a video output device from popular applications that we support, like Avid. So basically you just plug it in, it's bus powered, and you just start pumping out beautiful 10-bit video as SDI or HDMI in a very efficient little form factor.
That's great. I know Avid editors are going to love that.
Awesome.
So how about that? Avid editors are going to love that. Speaking of Avid, I am joined by Avid President and CEO Gary Greenfield. Thank you so much for being on our show today. Now, you have been here at NAB over the years. Avid is a company that has seen a lot of change. Position for us where you are right now.
Well, you know, this is actually the 25th year of Avid. Bill Warner founded the company in 1987. It's our 25th NAB for being here. And I think just as we revolutionized the industry with the nonlinear editing 25 years ago, we've continued that with asset-based workflows. And here at this show this year, we've announced Interplay Sphere, our cloud-based capabilities for asset-based workflows for being able to take advantage of the cloud. So we've seen a lot of changes occur in that industry, and we've been right there with the thought leadership to make those things happen.
So if you were to track sort of how Avid has evolved over the last several years, talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I think Avid has evolved like the industry has evolved. We began with a focus on the individual artist, the individual editor, expanding that to sound mixers, sound engineers. And today's world is very much a collaborative world. We think socially, we collaborate with each other, and that indeed is what has happened to the media industry as well. It's about collaboration, whether you're a viewer or where you're the industry. And we were the first to introduce collaborative workflows. We're the first to make sure that we've broken down the walls of the newsroom with that collaboration, and we're going to continue to push the envelope on the technology to service our customers in what is today a consumer-driven phenomena that's happening in media.
And of course, you're always so good at introducing new products at NAB. Talk to us about some of the new products that you're introducing here, and specifically how they're going to help broadcast professionals.
Well, this is actually the most incredible year for us. We've introduced nearly a dozen new products here at NAB, the most number of products in many, many years that we've done here. I've already mentioned Interplay Sphere, which is designed for distributed workflows, taking advantage of the cloud. We've also introduced extensions to our storage family, so that you have a range of storage options with the same type of high performance, high reliability that Avid has come to know. In fact, you can have an incredible 4.6 petabytes available to you at one time. Avid Motion Graphics, stunning imagery, unbelievably stunning imagery for putting together your news workflows or your TV workflows. Multi-platform distribution. We know it's a synchronous screen world today. So these are some of the things that are going to help our customers get to air faster, doing more with less.
Multi-platform distribution, that's an area that fascinates me personally, that I cover a lot. Give us a few examples of what that means and what you're seeing your customers doing in that area.
You know, we've seen a great evolution in that in the last year. A year ago, we saw the tablet or our mobile devices as just another viewing platform. Today we see it as a synchronous experience, so that it needs to be integrated with social media, it needs to be integrated with sitting in our lap, it needs to be integrated with what we're seeing on the screen. So with Avid's open capabilities, we actually are demonstrating a reference solution for multi-platform distribution right behind us, as a matter of fact, so that folks can in fact create that integrated experience. What you want is to be immersed in the entertainment. You want it to be engaging, and that's really what Avid has always been about: is helping our customers realize their dreams.
Well, it's fascinating, of course, to watch what consumers have done in the last year, in the last few years, with technology and with gadgets. I love my tablet. I love mobile phones. What excites you the most in terms of consumer consumption habits?
Well, the fact that they want choice. Everyone's today growing up very much in a multitasking area. They want to be able to do lots of things at one time, and I think that what people have come to learn and expect is that with that tablet or their mobile, their connected device, their smartphone, that they can do a lot of things at one time. So we become sort of the gadget of all gadgets, and it's great to be able to take advantage of it. The great thing is we're able to take the same consumer devices and use them in professional workflows as well. We're showing several iPad applications as an example in our booth. And by the way, on our creative enthusiast side, if you're not a user of iPad Studio, you should be. It's one of Gizmodo's top products for the iPad.
Okay, so you have an iPad application now. That is very cool. I'm, of course, not an Avid editor, but I'm going to have to check that out. I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. And we have a report from our Nerd Locker team now. The Nerd Locker folks got to check out Liveview today, and this company has some seriously cool mobile news gathering products. So let's see what they have.
Hey guys, Bobby here with nerdlocker.com. We have Mike here from Liveview. He's going to tell us a little bit about his mobile news gathering solution.
Well, Liveview has been in the business for about 5 years, and essentially what we build is an appliance for transmitting high-definition video, but using cellular networks. Our flagship solution is our LU60 product, which is this backpack right here. This is used by all the major news gathering organizations around the world, and basically what this technology really does is take any sort of HD signal in from a camera, bond it all together over the cellular connections, and send it back to the studio. What we're showing now at the show is a vehicle that's been designed in conjunction with Gannett's WUSA station in Washington, D.C. So inside this vehicle is a Liveview pack, and that's cabled to an external antenna which is mounted on the roof of the vehicle. And this is a replacement for, or instead of, a satellite or microwave truck at a much lower expense, much lower operating cost to the television station.
Wow, it doesn't get more mobile than that, but right now I'm going to get back out there and cover some more stuff at the NAB show.
What's going on, guys? Nerdlocker.com here at day 2 of NAB. We have just hit the floor, and we are just trying to get a good view of where we are headed first. Man, are there a lot of options. What are you guys thinking?
There, right there. All right.
Perfect. Am I here for the bounce house?
This is not a bounce house.
Gotta show you running here. That is right there.
Let's all, hey, how about we all like move in and...
Wow, that is a 3-dimensional, ow, okay, stop.
Stop telling me how to live my life. Nerdlocker.com here, and we're going to play some Connect. Danny is going to be nice enough to show us a little bit about Fruit Ninja, and we're going to get down.
I'm about to beat all of you.
No. It's a one-player game, though.
No, it's a... Listen,
banana, get the
banana.
banana.
I know, I'm the only player.
Do you see my hair? That's me.
You're just going to allow it to happen, Brandon.
No. Danny, thank you very much for letting us play around the Connect here today. But guys, come on, we got a huge convention floor to walk around, so come on, enough with the Fruit Ninja. Come on.
No, I have to play again. No, I have to get the high score. Bye.
All right, I'm going to go home and try my Connect when I'm done with the show. Now at this year's show, there is a new exhibit. It is called the Startup Loft. This is really cool. This is where we've got entrepreneurs and they are showcasing the latest in digital media, storage systems, innovation. I think it's so important for conferences to be showcasing innovation and startup companies, and that's what we're doing at NAB. So here are what some of the participants are taking advantage of.
Hi, I'm Glenn MacArthur. I'm VP of Sales of H-Vault Holographic Storage Systems. We're here in the Startup Loft. This is our first time exhibiting. We're a new company.
I'm Tom Barrera, and I'm here to introduce the Parazio here at the Startup Loft at famous NAB.
Well, we're on route digital media. We're Syracuse, New York, Central New York resident business. Well, we're very excited. Actually, this is our first time at the NAB, and the whole concept of the Startup Loft is fantastic. We're honored amongst everybody else here as well to be able to present to the community and the broadcasting folks. We love NAB. They're awesome.
My name is Chris Halligan, and I'm one of the co-founders of a company called OtherScreen. We're a software startup that's based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're demonstrating at NAB. It's our first time at NAB ever. The NAB Startup Loft was really good for us because it's a really cost-effective way for us to get OtherScreen in front of lots of decision makers in the broadcast industry. We're a startup, we're a new company, and decision makers come here looking for innovators. We're definitely innovative, and so we've had a lot of really heavy hitter kind of people come and talk to us, and that's been really exciting.
My name is Pablo Salomon. I'm from INETSAT. We're based in Uruguay, South America. So Startup Loft is a great opportunity for us to have the first step at NAB to start getting in contact with customers. So it's really an opportunity to really present our product and to later on move to one of the other areas, either on content distribution or next to the satellite providers that we will compete with.
And now the Startup Loft is right next to us in the Upper South Hall, so definitely put it on your agenda, check it out. You never know that these companies could become the next Avid, the next big company showcasing at NAB. We've got our next report for you. It is from Butch Stearns at the Pulse Network. He is going to be bringing some great interviews to us throughout the week on NAB Show Live. Here you go.
Hi everybody, I'm Butch Stearns. Our coverage of the 2012 NAB show continues here in our Pulse on NAB show studios here in the Bloggers Lounge in the South Hall on the first floor, right in the lobby. If you're coming here, we'll be here all 4 days for the show. And I'm joined on our set right now by Brad Gilmer from Gilmer and Associates. Brad, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a part of our coverage.
It's my pleasure. I appreciate the invitation.
Let's talk about FIMS,
Sure.
F-I-M-S. What is it?
Okay, so FIMS is the Framework for Interoperable Media Services. It's
Am I supposed to remember that?
No, it's probably easier just to say FIMS.
The Framework for Interoperable Media Services.
That was good. That was really good.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the concept behind FIMS really gets to the point that we were just talking about. So imagine the facilities that you worked in as a sportscaster and that I was working in and building. Those facilities, since really the beginning of television until fairly recently, were stovepipe facilities.
Right.
So we would build a facility, we build a studio, build a transmission chain, and we go to a transmitter.
Yep.
Or Turner's case, we're going to a transmitter in Atlanta,
Yep.
but we would also have a parallel chain that would go to the satellite, right?
Yep.
Somebody would come along.
Send it up and bring it down.
Yeah.
Right.
But what started happening and where the challenge really came in is that someone would come along, some smart kid would come into a meeting that I was in and would say, hey, there's this new device, there's this new platform, we have to be there, right? And so I was the bad guy in the room who would say, well, it's going to cost us another X many $1 million to build another chain to feed that thing. And then the business people in the room would turn to the smart kid and would say, how much money are we going to make in this opportunity?
Right.
And the kid would say, well, we actually might lose money for the next 3 years, but we have to be there.
Right.
And the thing about it is, that smart kid was right. And the challenge that we had and that we still face is to be able to get that content to that new thing that smart kid is talking about without costing the company millions of dollars to do it.
Brad, thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you so
Great
much.
to have
It's great
you.
talking.
Brad Gilmer from Gilmer and Associates, also the Executive Director of the Advanced Media Workflow Association. This is our continuing coverage of the 2012 NAB show. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network at thepulsenetwork.com.
Thank you so much, Butch. We will look forward to more tomorrow. And now we have got Vimeo's Andrea Allen. She got up to some hijinks on the show floor, as usual. And she also took motion designer Nick Campbell to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Here's Andrea doing what only Andrea can do so well.
It's me, Andrea Allen from Vimeo.com, reporting once again from NAB 2012. This year, not only were we bringing you the best from the show floor, but we're also venturing out into the wilds of Las Vegas and doing some interviews in some interesting spots. Today, we'll be talking to Nick Campbell, who you might know from his work on the opening graphics of The Tonight Show and Dexter, and of course, GrayscaleGorilla.com. All right, let's play some pinball.
Let's do it. Where we go?
NAB is the time to nerd out over tons of gear and stuff, and everybody seems to be a collector of gear. Just because you have the tools, why can't we all be Philip Blooms and Nick Campbells?
Right. The reason people get better is because you look at your heroes and the way that they do their work, and you look at your work and you say, well, my work isn't as good as theirs, even though you literally have the same camera now. So at a certain point, you have to learn all you can and make all the right decisions on what to buy, but then take all that pretty gear you have and get out and shoot.
You know, I think the unsung heroes of the NAB show are often the swag bags.
You know what makes this movie? Prince.
Yes, Prince.
There's quotes.
Yeah, the quotes are so far so good, right?
I gotta say, the music's pretty good on this one.
Yeah. Too bad they don't have Prince.
That would be nice.
So Nick, what's going on at the Maxon booth this year?
There's a lot of new artists presenting. Artists have worked on Avatar and on Tron, and of course I'll be presenting, doing basically a tutorial, kind of like what I do on my site. I do a live tutorial in front of the crowd. I've always found that there's always two types of training you can find. There's either really beginner, how to set it up, and then there's this expert level. There's going into a forum and having a really specific question, right? And there doesn't seem to be a lot of that middle ground. I like the idea that I'm kind of screwing all this up, but as I'm learning it, I'm gonna post a video and show you guys, wow, I just figured this thing out today. I want you guys to know.
Oh, hitchhiker.
Come on in, baby.
Well, that wraps it up for me today at NAB. I'm gonna go keep exploring for bags. Word to the wise, not all the bags you see are free. So just keep it in mind, okay? Don't get in trouble.
I've got Andrea here and her bags. Look at that.
Got a lot. Check them
Now,
out.
most people try to collect swag from a show, but you actually have swag bags.
It's just the bags.
Are you gonna use these?
Of course.
Will you go home and go to the farmer's market and be like, I would like some apples and I'm going to put it in my purse.
Yeah, no more plastic bags, but I find maybe the plastic bags are just being like taken over by these bags.
Oh,
now.
absolutely.
So, but
all right, how many NABs have you been to, Andrea?
This is my third one.
All right, and what's your favorite thing about coming to NAB?
Gotta say, there's a Ben & Jerry's kiosk over by the main concourse, and it's amazing. Also, some of the concession stands sell beer. but really, no, I think it's seeing how excited everyone is just to geek out over gear and you're among friends here. You're one of everybody else. It feels good.
What are some of the coolest things that you've seen so far today?
Just some of those announcements. CS6 is looking really good. Those improvements are awesome. Red's, new announcements and stuff, those are great. But the thing that I'm always interested in is the flooring. So I saw a wood floor, but it was squishy. It was you could stand on it and it gave. That is just unbelievable. What an improvement.
Right.
With the flooring that they have
You've been
here.
looking for that, right?
Yeah,
that
of
had sort of
course.
been on your hit list. I really want to go to NAB and see if I can find
Check
some
out
great
the squishy
floor.
carpet.
All right, what do you do after hours at NAB? When the show floor closes and you can't kick the tires on technology, what is Andrea Allen doing?
I go back to the hotel, I have a drink, and I dance a lot, party. But yeah, going to parties. Parties are on my list. I've got a good one that we'll be filming, so check that out.
All right, so we'll probably hear more about that tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, so what are you going to, Tuesday, Wednesday, what are you going to be doing here at the show? What are you going to be checking out?
You know, same old, I'm going to do some hijinks. I've got some cool stuff planned. We're talking to Philip Bloom and Eric Kessler about what they're doing here, and I'm hoping to talk to a few of the everyday other people that are here and see what they're interested in.
Okay, I have a final question for you. If you could take one thing home from the NAB show, what would it be?
I'm serious, probably that squishy carpeting. I put it everywhere.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much, Andrea. We want to give you a look at what's ahead tomorrow at NAB. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's next. Now, we will be kicking off Tuesday with none other than Betty White. She's just America's sweetheart these days. She's being inducted into the Broadcast Hall of Fame, and we've also got a conversation between ESPN superstars Bob Lee and Jeffrey Mason. You won't want to miss the sessions on the future of broadcast television either, and you definitely are going to want to check out Broadcasting and Cable's Melissa Grego's interview with Warner Brothers TV president Bruce Rosenblum. I love Melissa. She's an amazing reporter and editor. I actually had the pleasure of working with her for several years, so definitely check that out. And we have Donny Osmond talking to radio legend Bob Uecker. If zombies are your thing, and really, why are they not? You won't want to miss the Walking Dead producers later tomorrow. And we will also dig into meaty topics like over-the-top TV and what's going on with Netflix when Ted Sarandos takes the stage in the afternoon. So that's what's happening on Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Avid, for letting us set up outside this beautiful booth. Andrea, it was great chatting with you. I hope you'll come back tomorrow. I hope you have time to check out the NAB show floor. There are so many exciting things going on, sessions to attend, booths to check out, squishy flooring to jump up and down on. I hope you have a great NAB and come back and watch NAB show live.